All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the second part of our double route Sunday. We're going to be taking a ride on the Isle of Wight in the now retired 38 stock. We're going to go from Shanklin to Ryde Pier, and then we're going to pop over to Long Island Railroad, and that will be it for our stream for today. All right, let's get going. We're just going to take that service right there. Shouldn't take very long to do this route, and then we'll find something on Long Island Railroad on the M7, get that knocked out, and that'll be it. Waiting for everything to load in. All right. The door unlocked. There's we'll go just forward one. Oop. Oh no, we do need to have the brake on. We don't want it to roll backwards. I gotta make sure this. There we go. Ooh. Oops. Go ahead and get that. All right. We should be on our way shortly. All right. All right, this route does have miles per hour, so I just went ahead and switched it over. All right, we're on our way to Lake Platform. Power should kick in because we're in full parallel. I would have thought. Well, I think we have to go to. Should kick in now. There we go. Now we're going downhill, so. All right. So yeah, earlier this month, I think it was like on the 3rd of January, the 38 stock was officially retired. They did a last service all the way out to the pier. It's kind of a sublime event, to be honest, because of the COVID restrictions. There was nobody really allowed. It seemed that the only people that were really there were maybe the workers on the line itself. So yeah, kind of a what didn't really seem like a retirement celebration properly, but yeah. So these are now. I think there's only, if I understood correctly, there's only 2 of these 38 stocks that are actually working. The other ones were the ones that they had quite a few, but they were, you know, over a period of time there just wasn't enough parts to keep everything running, so they kind of had to just, you know, take stuff from one and put it on the other, and yeah, so rather sad, really. There was a video somebody put out on YouTube that talked about the bit of the history of these of this whole the 38 stock. I mean, they ran for quite a long time. I think they were lucky to keep those few running still. But to think that these were over 80 years old when they were finally retired. There is a you can watch it on YouTube. There's a real cam live feed from the station just before Ryde Pier that shows you can watch. They have the hovercraft boats that go across. Kind of a neat layout, you know, neat thing to watch, I guess. Almost speeding a bit there. That slight downhill. Ever so slight downhill. That red there. There we go. Nice little countryside station. Yeah, that's one of the things you got to do is go around and collect up the ice cream cones. There's also cameras, route maps, and I can't remember what else. I think we may have to wait here. Is there another, or did it go? No, it did not go green yet. Oh, there it is, right there. I'm looking the wrong direction, aren't I? Alright, now it's green. Riding platforms next. Ryde Head here. Ryde Pier Head. I get up to the top speed, or the speed there fairly quickly. Hopefully everybody's having a nice Sunday evening, afternoon, evening, whichever may apply. So on this route, there is a lot of single track. There's only a few spots where it opens up to two, so that doesn't hinder the train traffic too much. Be a little bit late pulling into this one. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. away we go. Alright, so we're going to go via this next spot. Right there. Back up to 40. Pretty basic cab. Not a lot of nothing too thrilling to it. Driver has this kind of like the Bakerloo line, the same sort of uniform. Thank you to my one viewer. Appreciate you coming in. Seems like ever since I started streaming, I've had consistently one viewer for sure. And I'm venturing to say it's the same person every time. Don't know who it is, but that's okay. That's on the other side of that junction. Well, coming up. I think this changes to a green when we pass the via route, but I don't want to take any chances. And okay, yep, it did. There we go. And then we're going to go through another via. There we go. And then we're going to Ryde St. John's Road. Right there, and that's where usually there's a storage spot for these locomotives for the 38 stock to be kept overnight, or we're not far from the water, so I imagine try to keep them under cover to the salt air and everything. The salt water, that fog may roll in and it carries some of that with it. Probably a lot of corrosion that they've had to deal with over the years on these locomotives and the whole system, I would imagine. Right near a road, it sounds like. Oh, yeah, this overpass right here. Let's say I thought I heard cars. Nice morning here on the Isle of Wight. Okay, got 20 coming up. All right, we're gonna go into the Esplanade, which is right there. That's the stop before we go out to the pier, and that's where the Esplanade is, where you can watch a rail cam. They have there's a hotel, and we'll try to kind of spot near about where it is. There's a camera mounted on a building that overlooks part of this railway and the beach spot where the two hovercraft are parked. Through this little tunnel here. And we're going to come up the hill. I think it eventually goes uphill. Maybe not. Oh, there it goes. All right, so I think the building that it's should be that building right there, I believe. It's that one or this one. Matter of fact, I think it's, yeah, it's over here, but you can see, matter of fact, I'm almost certain it's that one there. You can see this little walkway, the bridge that goes over, and then right here, there's two hovercraft that you can, you can take one. I'm not sure where it goes, but it goes to the other side of the whatever is on the other side there. I don't know, since I'm not from. I couldn't say. But anyway, we head out here. There's only, you can only go one train. No other. You won't see one leaving from there going on this route. It's always going to be on this one track here. Yeah. Looks like the sun's still kind of coming up. There's a bit of haze there in the distance. But you get that, you could drive out on the pier as well. So we're coming to the end of this part of our Double Route Sunday Part 2. Figured I'd do something. It's a fairly short, doesn't take very long to do this route. We gotta be careful coming in. If we go too far, you can, I think, if you hit this part, you're going to derail the train or fail the services. Technically, you passed a red. It's better that we stop way back here. We don't want to chance anything. But yeah, here's the pier itself. You can actually walk around this this whole thing. You can take a ride on the. You can sit down and have a ride on the line as well. You can go all the way out to Shanklin and come back. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, there's that one. So this was, I think, not long after. This was, I think, the first DLC that was offered that was not part of the Preserve Collection stuff. A lot of people were excited, of course, when they started talking about the last year when word started coming around that this was going to be released. I think Rivet Games was the one that developed that route for Train Sim World 2. Did quite well. There was a few hiccups with it at first, but there's been some corrections made. So yeah, it's a fun little route. Doesn't take very long to complete it. All right, we're gonna go Long Island Railroad. And we'll do Hempstead and York Penn. So we'll go into New York Penn, and then that will be our final route here. So we're gonna watch our speed. Matter of fact, yeah, why not? We'll put the ATC on, and we'll just have to keep an eye on our speeds and not cause the ATC to derail us. So yeah, we'll do that. But if we derail, then we'll call it quits for the night. So, but hopefully we won't have any issues with that. Oop, gotta get this on. That. Got the door open. Gonna move this to max. We're gonna charge the brakes. That off. Gotta get the wiper going here. Intermittent 3 should be good. Go ahead and lock the door. Alright, and then the ATC is right. Alright. Okay, so we are on our way. Here's our the outside shot there in a rainy New York day. So we're going to Floral Park, which is all the way over there. We have to be careful about our speed. We don't want to So yeah, Floral Park, Jamaica, and then I think we go right into New York Penn. So this shouldn't take very long either. It's just going to take, we're going to crawl over almost to the point, because this is a single track. Through here. bright enough. Rainy evening. So yeah, once we get, so we have to go around this part here, get on the main line, kind of, and then get to Floral Park. And then it's, from there, it shouldn't be a long run up to Jamaica. And then I think it's pretty much we'll go right into New York Penn from Jamaica. We have a 30 mile an hour is coming up, and then past that 30 will be 60. Again, if you don't acknowledge your things on here, it'll quickly throw the brakes on, and you have to reset everything. You have to wait for the brakes to recharge, and yeah, it's just a big old mess. So we're going to try to avoid that. I know we're going to have to kind of crawl into Jamaica from Floral Park. So we're going to have to really watch our stuff there. So we went back down to 15. I think 8 cars. Two, four, yeah, 8 cars. All right, now if I go above that 15, that's going to throw that ATC on, and if I'm going quick and it drops to that, that's the ATC will, like I said before, it'll cause the train to derail. So we're gonna wait until we get the all clear to. It should have gone up by now, I would have thought. Maybe because we're near the station or something. That's going to definitely make us late. Yep, see, if I go, yep. See, that's what happens. But luckily we weren't going so fast that we have to recharge the brakes now. So yeah, now we're definitely going to be late. Alright. There we go, that's what happens. Lesson learned, eh? why we're stuck at 15. That doesn't make any sense. We should have been released all the way up to 60 or 70 by now. Unless there's another train or something maybe ahead of us. I don't see. We should have. Let's take a look. Nope, there's nothing ahead of us, so I don't know why we're not been released to get up to speed. Oh, maybe we're not on the... Yeah, that's the main line there. We're not officially on the main line yet either. Huh. Okay, now we can speed up. Good Lord, that took forever. Yeah, we're going to be way late now. We got a 60 coming up outside of Floral Park. That, unfortunately, I think is the hiccup with the ATC. It doesn't seem like it releases in a reasonable amount of time, thus making you late for your services. I think in the future. I don't know if that's a bug or a glitch, whatever you want to call it, that they may need to go in and fix. Kind of reminds me of this morning. We, on East Coast Way, we started off running late because the game decided to make us sit there and wait for another service to go ahead of us. So this one kept us at 15 miles an hour forever. Almost 4 minutes late by the time we get there. You can put the windows down and all that. We're almost 5 minutes late. Whew. Past our stop there, although technically we could have gone up all the way to the end. Even that's for a 10-car service. Is it one for the 8? imagine it's just about the same. Could have probably already come all the way to the end here, theoretically. Wow, that didn't take long. Okay. All right, now here comes the all right, we got a 60. I think there's a 70 past the 60. That's why we got that signal. But we're gonna crawl into Jamaica. I know that much for sure. Yep. So that's all we got to do. We'll stop here, and then we'll head on to York Penn, and then that'll be it. We got an 80 coming up here, but we also have a 60 after that 80, I think. A bit apprehensive to try to go above 60 to get to 80. So I think I'll get a... Alright, now it says I can. I think by the time I get up to 80, it's going to be time to drop back down to get into Jamaica. Now, I've been by the New York Penn Station. I've not been in there before. It's definitely one of those things that I'd like to do one day. I'd like to get back to the city, of course, once the pandemic is less of a problem. Okay, there's a 30 coming up, so we're going to go ahead and start. Take a little bit of speed off. We're going to be late getting into Jamaica. So after this signal, we should get it'll say to go down to 30. After this green right here, I think, is when we'll get to 30. Nope. Maybe after this next one. One of them, we should get the warning for the 30. Maybe it's after this one. It'll go 30, then I think 15. Or it may just go all the way down to 15. it's got to be after this one. We'll get some kind of a signal change here. Wow, didn't even get it then. Huh, interesting. Didn't get it then either. Huh. Yeah, see? Just like that. I wasn't even given time hardly to slow down. I thought for sure we were going to get derailed right there. Oh, man. Wow. Let's get back up to 15 a little bit. It's going to be... Yeah, I thought for sure. But yeah, there was no step down. You know, that's the crazy part. It was like 30, 35, and then all of a sudden, when we hit that 35, I think that's just maybe, I wonder if that sign is wrong then. Maybe it should be 15 there, not 35. That's just nuts. All right, so we're going to pull into this part of the station right here at Jamaica. Whew, yeah, I thought that was going to end badly for us. That would have been embarrassing. Yeah, I think some of their speed signs are not correct. I'm kind of guessing. Jamaica, New York. You got the popping, I think, maybe of the third rail there with the rain and electricity, possibly. Clicking over the joints of the track. Nothing says railroad in that sound, I think. So this is going to be our... There's Ryde here on the outside. So there's our driver. Seems rather casual, huh? Seem like a uniform per se. So we got a red at that end down there. Yeah, we're now over 6 minutes late. Just over 6 minutes late. Alright, so even after we pass this 35 signal here, I don't think it'll release, it may not release us for some time, I'm not sure, to get up to 35. But I know the very tail end car has to pass that 35 marker. Alright. try to keep an eye on the... Matter of fact, you know what we'll do? We'll just right at the very tail end. You see, it's weird because right after that 35, we go down to a 10. So there's really no point in speeding up even too much. Tail end. So that 35 would be coming up here shortly. Now, theoretically, if we didn't have the ATC on, once we pass this 35, well, we would have to worry about the 10, obviously. But see, it went up. But we also have that 10 coming right up there. So we can't really get going. And then we got this, we're crawling up this hill at 10 miles an hour. And we've got an 80 mile an hour, like 0.6 of a mile. Seems very torturous, you know. Oh, is there another train or something ahead of us, or? I don't think so. We got 7 minutes to cover 10 miles, which I don't think we're going to do because we're just slowly crawling up this hill, which just does not make any sense at all. It's to wonder why the Long Island Railroad had some of the worst on time. Alright, so we can get up to 15, it looks like. Nothing more than that. Nothing. Okay. 60's coming up, but we can... Oh. Alright, we can go up a little bit more now. We're out of the 15 mile an hour scenario here. We're being stuck at 10. Oh, that's an 80. Well, hopefully we can... That's the weird thing that it took me a while to deal with is, you know, you figure you pass the 60 or the 80, you should be able to start going up to 80 right away. No, you have to wait until the last car passes in order to speed up and slow down. If your front car is not going that speed, when it passes that limit, you're going to get dinged for speeding. So we can at least go up to 60. Excuse me. Alright, now we can go up to 80. don't think we're behind anybody. Alright, so now we got green lights. Now sometimes you coming into New York, you may have to stop and wait for another train to clear out. I think that's happened to me before when I've been playing this route. We got 60 coming up here in a couple miles. And when we go down into here, there's like a steep incline going into the into York Penn. Back off at 80 just a smidge. Again, no warning. That's interesting. We get a 45 coming up. Right, that's the one for the 60, but that took like forever for us to get that limit. Kind of weird. Service there. Oh, okay. And it's going to go back up to 60 here shortly. There's that steep embankment going down. And And it goes uphill again. It said 60. Man. See, that's the tricky part about this game. If you're not paying attention and you got the ATC on, you're gonna, woo, man, that almost got ugly. But see, I can't go faster than 40. It did jump back up, but if I go faster, oh, now it said I can go 60. Okay. All right, we should be going into the underground here in a moment. Man, whew. Oh boy, that could have been very ugly. All right, so real quickly, the other thing too is, so we were out there. Now Hicksville is that's the other ending point on the route. You can make a run out to Belmont for where the racetrack or the horse racetrack is. Yeah. And then with the Atlantic Station is down this way. That's the other starting point right there. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting ready to go back downhill again. So any moment now we should be in the underground here. There we go. I will turn the wipers off. Not worried about the rain under here. Since we got some good brake pressure, we're trying to keep close to that 60 as much as possible. But we'll be cutting down to 15 here before we go into our spot. Let's take a look ahead here real quick. So that's where we're going into. Hopefully we won't run into any delays. A winter warning in effect till Tuesday. It's easy to forget with this combined master controller. It throws me out sometimes, so I'm used to like letting, using one bumper to, two separate bumpers and triggers to do everything. Wow. Ooh, boy, oh boy. I just saw that we were coming up on that 15 mile an hour. Oh, man. Ooh. Alright, we'll let that coast. where did that water come from? I don't think that there. Let's say I don't think there was any. Whatever. Alrighty. Well, at least 3 stops. I mean, that's not well, 4 if you count where we started from, because we did take passengers on there. Not the most glorious stream, but you know, something different. So hopefully you enjoyed my double routes today. And tomorrow we'll be on Sand Patch Grade in the morning. Then I'm going to try to get over, hopefully, fingers crossed, that the weather isn't too terribly bad, but I'm going to try to run over and get a haircut, come back, and we'll finish up our Monday stream on Peninsula Corridor, my hometown rail line, whatever you want to call it, passenger service. Alright, so we can't go above 15. If we do, that's going to cause more problems. But we should be able to just kind of cruise on in. Now this is the one weird one that does allow us to be outside of the train in a tunnel-like setting, which has always kind of thrown me for a loop, because any other ones, it would seem like we can't do this, but for whatever reason, this one allows it. So we're going to be on track 20. Now I could go, there is an Amtrak station up in Syracuse. There's not one here where I live in Binghamton. I could take the train to an Amtrak service to York Penn, I believe. There's a different part of the station where that service would go into, and then I would have to go down, you know, I'd have to buy tickets and go down to this level to get to the Long Island Railroad system. I'm going to stop here. We got that red coming up. I'm going to switch over to this side so I can keep an eye on that red a little bit better. Go open the doors. So yeah, that red corresponds. Let's see, that light there is not that should be moved probably to about right there, because that would be more in line with that red light. It seems to be a bit ahead of it, whereas we would technically have maybe another yard or 2, or maybe even 3 before we would pass that. But I guess that's just the way the system works. But anyway, get the doors locked. 297. Oh, that's just, ugh. Probably get a silver. Yeah, I called it right. Oh well, it is what it is. All right, that concludes our double route Sunday for the 31st of January. The last Sunday of January. We're moving into February tomorrow.